back, Daryl?
Yeah. You know, the players have been here for, other than one or two guys, have been here for at least a week skating together. So this just sort of just ramps it up for them.
Were you happy with the work the guys put in during the summer?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't got all the results, obviously, from yesterday, but based on just the visual part of it, I would say that.
We don't know who won fitness testing yet?
Pardon?
We don't know who won fitness testing yet?
No.
Yeah, the line combinations we get that they're gonna change throughout
Yeah.
camp, you wanna see what you see, but can you just give us the rationale behind the top two lines? You like Toffoli, why on that top line?
I think just experience and the right shot part of it.
And the second line, we're all assuming Bonnie's kind of,
Yeah, that's just gonna, you know what, we're being really careful with Naz here the first week or so. He plays a lot of hockey, right? So he's not gonna he won't play a game for a while, so we'll just kind of move him around. And I want to make sure those pro tryout guys get a really good opportunity.
Were you looking to see it if Sonny Milano, he said that the organization told him there was a top 9 slot open. Were you hoping to see it of him?
See it in a hurry. We play 4 games in 7 days, so get the opportunity, take advantage of it.
How much flexibility does it give you as a coach to have a guy like Mackenzie Weeker who can play well on both sides?
Yeah, I think it's more, with those guys coming in, quite honest, it's more finding, for example, with him finding partner, for Naz finding the right fit, for Johnny to find the right fit. That's what's important. Kevin, Rooney, find the right fit. Those guys coming in are good players, and they're coming off really good years. They're coming off career years, so finding the right fit for them is like when you say that, he can play both sides. Yeah, we got to find the right partner for him.
What are your first impressions of Jonathan Huberdeau?
Pardon?
What's your first impression of Huberdeau?
He's a real business, all business type of player, I think.
Is that something you appreciate in a guy
Yeah,
who
low
could be seen
maintenance
top
players
line
are
mates?
always, coaches always appreciate low maintenance players.
For a player that came in mid-season like Tyler did last year, now to
Tyler.
get to get a full camp, how much can
It's
that be
important.
helpful?
It's important. There's, you know what, Tyler, and there's 2 or 3 of that guys in that age group. He's probably the youngest ones that would have liked to have done more last year. Type of players they are. So those are the guys that we're looking for to. As important as it is that 23 to 28 age group takes another step in terms of their maturity on ice and development, it's important that those 3 or 4 older guys too get back to their career average or maintain where they're at least.
Daryl, you didn't have a captain last year. Do you think it's important to have one this year, or what's your thoughts there?
Not really, no.
Well, as far as their skill sets, any comparisons between Kachuk and Toffoli?
One guy's won Stanley Cups, been a big part of long playoff runs.
Like last year, there's a lot of new guys coming into the fold, trying to fit. How long does it take to kind of see that it's going to be a good fit, or personalities of new guys coming in, that it's kind of, you get a good feel as a coach that it's going to fit well?
Well, I'm not sure you ever know that. I mean, for example, last year's training camp, we went into the season with really 10 NHL forwards. Right? We played with 11, but really, 2 guys were going to Stockton. Right? So the reason some of that fit last year is because it had to. That's the way it worked. So this year, if we could be healthy, hopefully going through training camp, then, and the way camp is, you play 4 games in 7 days, then you play 4 and 9, and then you have 5 before you play again. So the first 4 games in this next little bit here, that's opportunities for guys to, see if they're going to advance on, right? Or to see if, once Kadri gets back in, see who's going to play there. That's sort of how that shakes out. But then the last 4 games will be really critical, I think.
Is there anyone else in the lineup who you might also like to give an opportunity to play on the top right side, if someone beyond Toffoli?
Yeah, I think we got guys that, guys that can play both sides. So we're lucky with Blake, Mange, Dubes, Cody, guys like that can play both sides. So it's not who, it's more like how.
What's important early in training camp for the group?
Make sure that the returning guys are on top of it, of the identity of our team and the strides we made as an organization. That's really important to reinforce that. And then the guys coming in, three of the guys coming in are Eastern Conference players. So it's a big change. I know from coaching guys, and it's a big change when guys come over. Right? So to make that adjustment, so that's what you're trying to get in training camp is just that settled part of it, and then play the games.
Where do you see that the most, the change from east to west? Travel?
The style of game, and a lot of times you think, but how many times have you guys seen Mackenzie Weegar and Jonathan Huberdeau and Kevin Rooney? How many times have you guys seen them play live? Like, just think about it. It's not much different than us. Right? So that's an adjustment for them. They're playing against players or with players today. They might have only played once or twice that they can. You think, it's not very often. There's a big adjustment.
Since there was such a turnover in some key personnel, do you have a sense that this is a group that can build off of what they achieved last year, or are you kind of coming at this with a completely clean slate and identity?
Well, we became a playoff team last year and take the next step. I said this after the last game that we lost. Only time you can become considered a good team or a favorite or the odds go up, do it again. That's the only way. You got to make playoffs.
What would you like to see from Jacob Pelletier during the camp?
Pardon?
What would you like to see from Jacob Pelletier during the camp?
Well, it's not a camp. He's got, as I said, he's got 4 games this week, and he can only probably play unless he plays both against Vancouver, which is not possible. So he's going to show up as in a game. You're going to see.
Do you expect something special from him?
Special? No.
Why can Weegar and Tanev be a nice pair for you?
Well, Weegar can play big minutes. Tanny can handle. He's shown he can handle that. Whoever you put with him, right? If you look, you basically Chris, if he's healthy, and that's the other part. That's when I break the camp up. Well, Tanny's not going to play till the end of camp, so we don't know. We'll see.
Are you just basically planning that you won't see Shillington for a while?
I think Brad answered it yesterday, and just leave it at that. Give his family and him his space, and go from there.
Are you surprised that Tanev was kind of able to recover so quickly and be available through camp?
No, he's right on schedule. He had the surgery, and he's right on schedule.
We haven't talked to you since the moves of the offseason happened. Like, what was going through your head as you saw the 2 big signings and the big trade? And how often do you talk to Brad during a summer like that?
Yeah, a lot. It's the CBA. It's a big deal. It's not like they broke up the band. One guy's unrestricted, one guy was going to be unrestricted. That's the way it works. Had career years, that's what happens.
You talked about the importance of being strong up the middle of the ice from the goaltender up. How excited are you about what you have up the middle at forward this year?
Well, it does matter a lot. I mean, the last 5 games we played last year, we weren't good enough up the middle of the ice. So, lessons learned, and it's not that easy to. I'd certainly rather have top centermen than the way our division is set up to play against top centermen.
We're having some fun today talking about Milano's hair and Eakin's hair. Obviously, you don't have a policy against short hair. Do you ever play with a coach who's guys, you gotta come in clean cut.
Well, there's sort of unwritten rules, I think, in the old days. Like an inch below your helmet was one of them. Or, not really. You think, but when we were, when I was coaching here last time, Big Si, you'd have to smooth his hair off to see his name on the jersey. He goes, "Why are you always doing that?" I said, "I can see Simon."
When was the last time you were on the ice in a coaching situation with Brett?
Los Angeles. Yeah.
Huberdeau selling his blue Lambo. What kind of vehicle should he get?
I don't really pay much attention to the vehicles.
Did your harvest go well?
Pardon?
Did your harvest go well?
Still harvesting. Yes.
Hay or silage?
No, they're on all their greens now, which would be their canola.
Do you have a preference between the two, though? Are you a hay guy or a silage guy?
Whatever makes them cows look good, I have a preference for.
Darryl, do you have an opinion on advertising on jerseys?
Actually, I seen the little one whose I just saw had Toronto, right? So, I remember when you used to watch the international play, and it was bigger than the Flames. And I sort of didn't like that, but I got no problem with the little stuff. I mean, we started to wear it on helmets, and so helmets, pants. So, you know jerseys is the next one.